Here's a little video about how to use the graphing feature on the TI83 or 84. To graph anything, you start off by going to the y equals, which is this button right here at the top. So let's go to the y equals. You can plot anything you want in there. So y is x, x squared, anything. I'll start with y is x squared. So if we just plot that, go ahead and hit graph. And it should give you that usual parabola there, y is x squared, with the vertex right there at 0, 0. A few things that you may want to try. Some zoom. If you want to zoom in, you can go to zoom in, which is number 2 right there. Hit enter. You'll notice a little flashing cursor. Just hit enter again, it'll zoom in on that point. You can do this as many times as you want to do that. If you want to zoom in at a different spot, okay, so maybe I want to zoom in over here. I can hit enter again, it'll zoom in on that point. So one thing though, after I've zoomed in and zoomed out, I may want to get back to my regular window. So you can hit the window and change that, or a nice thing under zoom, just go to this number 6, zoom standard. You can either use the arrows or you can even just press the number 6. So if you want to do that, it'll take you back to this regular -10 to 10 in the x and y axis, just your regular window. So that's Z standard or zoom standard. Alright, let's go ahead and try a couple other things here. So if I want to say trace, okay, y is x squared, I can hit the trace button, okay, just on my graph, and any left and right arrow will keep me along that graph. So moving left or right not only changes the x, it also changes the y to the appropriate place on the graph. But notice it doesn't necessarily go by whole units, -2.7659, so on and so forth. The next one is not a nice number either. So tracing works to give you approximate values, but if I want to know, say, what is y when x is 3, I may skip right over that when I am plotting. So to do that, you can go to what's called the calculate menu. So right here in yellow it says calc right above the trace button. So to get to there, I do the second and then trace, and this is the calculate menu. We'll go through as many of these as we can in this video, but we may need to see a few of these in another one. The first one I'm going to look at is value. So if I want to calculate a value, I'll just hit enter, and then it gives me this x equals and a cursor. And so this just gives me the x value at a certain spot. So if I want the value of y when x is 4, let's type in x is 4, enter, and then it tells me y is 16. So it gives you the function up here, y1 is x squared, and when x is 4, y is 16. That should make sense for us. If we want to try another one, second trace again, calculate the value at, let's say, -2. Go ahead and enter. X is -2, y is 4. So there you'll notice the cursor right there. We didn't see the cursor before because it was off the screen. One thing that you need to be aware of is you cannot calculate a value if it's outside of your x range. So these go from -10 to 10. Let's say I try to calculate the value at something outside of that, so maybe something bigger than 10. So let's try 12. Okay. Calculate the x value at 12, and it says invalid. Okay, so all that means is that the x was not in the range or the domain for that function, -10 to 10, as it was graphed on the TI. So for that, you just hit quit or go to, and you can change that value. Let's go and try another one. So if y was, let's say, x squared plus 6x minus 8. Alright, I can graph that, and there's my function. Alright, I can't see all of it. If I want to, I think the vertex is a little bit lower. If I want to change that, you can change your window. So let's make this y min negative, say, 15. Alright, and then graph, and I'm getting closer. You can keep changing that if you want, but anything that does that, you can go to that window, just change your window. So let's put in -20. So there we go. Now we can see it.